Dr. Armstrong, it is absolutely an honor to have this conversation, so thank you for letting me interview you today.
It is my pleasure.
Congratulations on your book. Knowing that you are now a published author, what's that make you feel like?
Well, you know, it really makes me feel good. It's something that I had never anticipated doing, and then once it's finished, I really feel great.
This book seems like it is a must-have if you don't know anything about horses, but it's also really an educational tool for an advanced horseman. What do you hope people get out of reading this book?
I hope to get wisdom. You know, it's one thing to be smart, it's another thing to be wise. And wisdom, I think, is what keeps you from getting hurt with the horse, and it also enables you to do the things that you want to do.
You say that the horse is one of God's most magnificent creations. Will you help me understand how you see horses and what you appreciate and love about them?
You know, if you read the Bible and whatnot, and all the ancient books, it talks about horses and has pictures of horses, you know, on all the petroglyphs and whatnot. And I'm told that everywhere you see that man has been, and he's been successful, that there are always the hoof prints of horses.
Will you tell me about your first horse?
My first horse was a paint horse. She was a little mare named Beauty that my dad, he didn't buy her just for me, but he got her for all of us. And we rode many miles, you know, and if you had a problem, you could talk to her and tell old Beauty about it, and she'd listen, and she wouldn't criticize you about it, and just come home and everything would be good.
Do you think that's when you first fell in love with horses?
Probably, yes, yeah. We're now in what we call our reproduction laboratory. You know, every spring we breed mares so they'll have foals the following years. And this is our Armstrong Equine Service Reproduction Lab. I had my first mare bred in 1963. That was a few years ago. We're not what you would call a large breeding farm. We'll breed 40 to 50 mares a year. So it's quite an exciting place to be in the spring.
To name just a few contributions to youth, you developed a very successful New Mexico State 4-H horse shows, horse school. You also organized the horse judging contests for New Mexico 4-H and FFA. I chose those ones because those all directly benefited me,
Right.
And were a very important part in molding me for life. Has it always been important for you to help youth and to help people who are just getting started?
I think it has. You know, my basic desire is that I love to help people who want to be helped. And you know, if I don't do it, then who's going to do it? You keep asking me, you know, what's the most important to me, and I keep thinking, well, what really is? Probably being enrolled in the German Quarter Horse Hall of Fame. That's one of the more significant things. And then I've got quite a few that are souvenirs of relics that I picked up. And I know the one that I got in Argentina, it's a rawhide rope, but it's all black between the braids. And that's because they rub those with cow manure. So all that black stuff we don't lick, we just look at.
You have some incredible home video that you recorded of Philmont Scout Ranch in Cimarron, New Mexico. Would you tell me the significance of your time there?
Well, you know, Philmont Scout Ranch, Wade Phillips of the Phillips 66 Oil Group gave the ranch to the Boy Scouts. It's 127,000+ acres up in Cimarron, New Mexico. And every year, 10 to 20,000 Boy Scouts come through that program. And I went as a 13 and a 14-year-old as a camper, and I just loved being out there and loved the mountains in New Mexico. And so then when I was 16 years old, I applied to work in their horsemanship program, and I was accepted to that.
I saw a great photo of you shoeing horses. I feel for your back.
Well, you know, at that point in time, we were young and fearless. There were no holes in our cape, and we were ready to go to work.
Was this the first time you were introduced to packing and horseback trips?
Well, the second year I was there, I did what they call a cavalcade, where you'd take 26 boys and their leaders, and you'd go from place to place and pack all of their gear.
And you continued to lead pack trips. What do you love about that environment when you're out in the country on horseback and everything you have to eat you brought with you?
Yeah, we had to take a lot of food, no question. But the big thing is you get to be out in nature.
I saw a great photo of you jumping a substantial log, and likely in a Western saddle.
Yes.
You're a little wild, Dr. Armstrong.
I never have been accused of being careful.
I saw a photo of you and Ed wearing harnesses. Were you paragliding?
Oh yeah, that's when he took me on a paragliding trip up in Aspen, Colorado. We ran off the mountain and jumped up, and all of a sudden our kite popped up and we're just floating out over the valley.
Seems like a very dangerous idea. How young were you at this point?
Well, I was 75. But you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So off the mountain we went.
You are currently preparing to compete again.
Well, I'm just going to go to the AQHA World Show in the ranch riding. People say you don't quit riding because you get old because you quit riding.
This has been so much fun. Thank you so much for letting me interview you today, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.